So the importance of the succession and working on it, which Brock and I have already started our process for our kids, is because whenever you talk to other people of any generation, whether they're the ones that are owning it and trying to pass it on, or the generation that's waiting for it to be released to them, or the young generation that sees it 2 generations away from them. And when you're 20, you think you know it all, and you don't ever see it coming your way anytime soon, and it can be super frustrating. And so you talk to all of them, and they're frustrated, and they all want to do better than the generation before them. And if I'm hearing that now, every generation has said that. And somewhere along the way, it's not getting better, which tells me that even with our best efforts, our kids probably aren't going to be 100% on board with what we decide to do. But I guess so for us, we're just going to do our best, which is probably what every generation before us has thought and said too, and needs to be reminded of that no matter how frustrated any one of those 3 generations are, the one that's before you has really probably tried to do their best, and you need to give them that grace and allowance, even though it's not the way you want it or would like it. And we have 5 kids, and so we're going to try and do our best, but somebody's not going to be happy with how we do it. We have chosen to try to be proactive, and accidents happen on farms and ranches, and even off it, you don't know. So if something were to happen to me or Brock, and with what we have already put together, we've tried to be good stewards of that and put plans in place. Right now, today, if our kids are not at majority of age when something happens to us. It's very morbid, but we have a plan in place, and we've written things out and who we want to manage for our kids, how we want our kids to interact with each other. We've tried to put advisors in place that we respect and feel confident that they will be good mediators and give our kids good advice until they get of a certain age where they can make their own decisions. So we've started at that stage of succession where if Brock and I aren't even around to do it. And then we'll readdress it when they actually get to the right age, and we can maybe assess where they're at. And Brock and I both have families with farms and ranches, and so we actually have 2 different families to deal with, which can be a struggle and push between the 2 of them, but we're going to try to do it, because it's also it's a 2-sided thing, because you're sitting here with the dreams that you grew up with that you wanted to do, but then you also want to honor the legacy that was already set in place and everything that they did already, which was their dreams. And then you want to leave a little bit of room somewhere for your kids' dreams that they're coming up. So it's a lot to think about, and very overwhelming when you take the time to think about it.
Yeah.